Hello everyone, welcome to another Power BI related tutorial by Slidescope. In this part, we are analyzing marketing performance data and trying to create a marketing performance analysis dashboard from the data where you can see we can analyze the data product wise. We can analyze the data as per the marketing channels, for example, search engine, social media, email, or direct email. Here you can see we have a date related slider filter. On the basis of date, you can see our revenue, total clicks, conversions, average cost per click, impression, total spend, average return on investment, average click-through rate, everything is changing. What type of formulas are used to generate CTR or ROI are also discussed in the explanation. And here is a matrix chart representing product versus region data. So all of this will be discussed and taught in this tutorial. So let's get it started. So to get it started, we will open Power BI, and with the help of Power BI, we will connect our digital marketing analysis data set or digital marketing performance data set for marketing analysis. The data set is in Excel, so we will use the Excel workbook connector here. After the connection is made, we will select the sheet. Make sure that the data is loaded properly. Here we have date, region in which the marketing activities took place, product information, marketing channel, quarter, spend, the total amount spent on the campaign, total number of impressions, clicks, conversions received, revenue generated, click-through rate, CTR, cost per click, ROI. Formula for these are given like this. CTR is clicks per impressions, CPC is spend divided by clicks, and ROI is revenue minus spend divided by spend. So we don't have to do those calculations. Those calculations are already done and given in the data set. And we will simply load it. If you want to learn in more detail about the dataset, I will provide a link to the dataset description URL and the dataset description video where you can understand in great detail what is the dataset representing and what can be done on this dataset. Here we will simply start creating our marketing performance analysis dashboard. To begin things, the first thing we are going to do is use CTR, CPC and ROI to evaluate the success of different marketing channels. So for that we are going to create some cards here. To create a card, just click on the card visual in Power BI and resize it and put some value there. So for example, we will bring sum of clicks, like how many total clicks have been received. So we will simply click here and bring the field clicks here. So we can see we have received total of 56,000 clicks. Here when we will go to visual, we will disable the category label. We will go to general, enable the title, and we will call it total clicks. Okay, total clicks received. Here we will simply align it to center and we will increase its size, and then we will reduce the height so that it fits the width properly, and then reduce the size by manually using the mouse here. And here we will also go to generate, go to effect, and enable a shadow and a visual border. The border color we will use is white, or you can use as per the theme color which I'm going to decide. So let's say we are deciding the theme as this color, so we will choose the purple color here. And now in a visual border I will give a 12 pixel radius. So this becomes my first KPI card. You can place the KPI card anywhere, for example in a footer, but this is the best area to put your KPI cards because these are visual on top easily. I will just, what I am doing here is, sorry for being so fast, I will just right click and copy visual. Okay, and after copying visual, press Ctrl V or Command V as per your operating system and just make the copy of these cards, because we have various ROIs here, various KPIs here like spend, impressions, clicks, conversions. Okay, so we may have to use many of such cards. So here we have sum of clicks. Then we will also do total conversions. What are the total number of conversions received for our marketing activities? And here just go and write total conversions. Okay. Here I will write hashtag just to make it short. Hashtag conversions is total number of conversions. What I am going to do once more here is in my title I will not use black color. I will use the purple color and I will make it bold so that it is as per my theme which I have selected as a purple theme. You can select any theme of your liking. For theme you can also go to view and create a chart like this. This is also something you can use. It's your choice. I prefer light background because it gives user a good information, and you can see there when I selected the theme, as per the theme the entire color palette will change. So that's your decision what color palette you want to use. Okay, now we have our total clicks, total conversions, and here we will use average cost per click. So for cost per click we will not use sum, we will use average. On an average the cost per click for our campaigns is 6.57 USD. That means whenever our advertisement was shown in either search engine or it was shown in any social media, so when someone clicked on our advertisement, on an average the company spent this much amount to receive one click. Okay, when we have total clicks we also want to see total impressions. For that, total number of impressions will be sum of impressions. So, and this is actually average CPC, average cost per click, and this is total impressions. Obviously it will do, so I will just write number of impressions. Now obviously we would also want to see total revenue for this, so here we will simply put another card which is the revenue card. So here we will provide revenue, and the overall revenue generated from marketing efforts is 1.04 million. So this is revenue. Okay, so we have now achieved revenue here, and so we have click-through rate also, which we can either use or not. We will also want to see ROI. So let's show ROI. Obviously revenue is important, so I will start with revenue, then total click. I will reduce the gap so that we can fit more KPIs here. You can also arrange KPIs somewhere else, but I would like to display like this. And here I will be able to put one more click here, and this is ROI. Or we can simply put spend here. So we have spend, total spend, and you can see it is getting displayed like this. So we will go to visual call out value, display unit, let's say thousands or millions. So it will be good because we are showing the revenue in million. So we will be, if we will be showing total spend in million, so we can also see. I have just reduced their size a little bit so that I can also bring average ROI here. So this is ROI, and I will bring the average ROI, and here in call out value I am going to choose auto. So, and this is not total is spent, this is average return on investment. Obviously if you want to put sum here, so you can also use sum, but it is your choice. So that is now all our KPIs here. And now we will start creating different type of charts for visualizing this data further. And to display our KPI, suppose we want to display more values here. So what we can do here, we can simply, you know, arrange them like this in a vertical order also. So then we will have area for putting more KPIs because all of these KPIs are very important. So here is average ROI, and here we are going to put average CTR. Now when we are putting CTR here before starting, so what we have to do, we can go here and in click through rate, okay, like it is given in point. So we can select this display value in a percentage, and you can see now 0.19 will become 19.3%. Okay, so that is something you can do. And if you will disable this, so it was given as 0.1931. If you will just enable percentage here, so because click-through rate is actually percentage, and we will save this as marketing analysis or marketing performance analysis. Okay, so we will simply save this, and once you have enabled that in percentage, so now you can simply bring it here CTR, and we will bring not sum but average. So this will show us the average CTR. First thing, we can go to visual and call out value, try to reduce it, because if you want to see it in percentage, so 36 is the ideal value here, 36 font size. So what we can do, we can go to all values, and it is your choice, not necessary, but you can change these values to font size 36 so that they are visible more properly. So this is average CTR. So we will simply rename the title as average CTR. Okay. And if you want, you can bring more values here. Otherwise, these will be your KPIs, and like this will be your proper KPI section. Okay. And make sure all the widths of these KPIs are equal so that they all look good. If you want to make sure, you can just go to their general properties. Here you can see 98 156, 98 156. This way you can make sure every one of them has equal width, 98 156. Okay, I will just pause and resize all of them. And after resizing, Power BI will always give you these guidelines, so that it will tell you your alignment is proper. And we have also given here some dashboard ideas. Okay, so like you can give your dashboard like marketing performance analysis dashboard, and in your summary cards what else can you show. So all of this is given here. I will provide the link to in description also, so that you can refer to this and create the dashboard in your own style also. When you have to provide some kind of heading to your dashboard, you can use the text box that is given here. It is available in the home, and then you can go to this particular tab which is called the insert tab. If you will go to insert tab also, you will find the text box, and here we will simply write something like marketing analysis dashboard or something similar. So, and you can position your dashboard anywhere, and you have to keep in your mind that you should have some space for filters also. So I will just position it here and align the text to center, increase its size so that, you know by selecting it, increase its size to around 36, or let's select 24, then it is better. And in this particular text box also, if you want, you can give some kind of, you know effect. So for example, if I select this and copy format painter and apply it over here. So same styling will be copied here. This way I don't have to go into setting again and again and change this. This is something that is there in Microsoft products from Excel. So now we have the marketing performance analysis dashboard heading here. Here we are going to put some filters. For example, best filters will be, first thing here is date. So for example, we will use slicer. In the slicer we will use date. Okay, so in the date you can see it will automatically give you a range, because on the basis of date range things will change. Okay, so here this is the area that we are going to use for filter, and obviously we have space, so we will just reduce it. We also have our Power BI tutorial for beginners on Udemy. In the tutorial we have a lot of chapters like introductory, visualization and data connections, dashboards in Power BI for beginners. And for DAX we have entire playlist here where you will learn all important functions of DAX. You will also learn Power Query Editor in great detail and publishing your reports to Power BI service. So if you want to explore that, I will provide the link in the description. Now we have our date filter here, and same thing we will try on our date filter also. So let's select this format painter, and now our date filter also looks something similar to our other reports. In your date filter, what you can do, you can simply go here and in your settings, for example visual settings, you can change the value size. So I have just changed the value size to 11 and font color to this particular color and text as bold. Obviously these type of settings are something that you can do on your own as well. And here you can see what I have simply done here is in the properties I have just disabled the padding to 0 pixel. So now my filters are aligned properly. Next thing, whenever you apply filters using slicers, what you have to do is check them. For example, I want to see spend analysis from you know this date to this. So you can see this slicer is now dynamically changing the data. Here also I can select and it will bring the entire calendar. So this will bring data to us. So this way, this is very interactive filter for users, and they can see the report as per their choice. Now, after doing this, as I said, we have many other ideas like for spend versus revenue analysis, the clustered column chart or waterfall chart can be created. Okay. On x-axis, we have to keep the marketing channels, and on y-axis, compare spend and revenue side by side. And we can add a line for ROI to highlight profitability per channel or product. So here we have the waterfall chart. In waterfall chart, you can see we have a category. So in the categorical variable, you always in category you always put a categorical variable like marketing channel where you have the nominal data. So for example, when I will do this, it will already create this type of uh, legend for us. Like green represents increase, red represent decrease, and blue is total. On y-axis, we will put spend. So here you can see, let's zoom it. So here you can see in email, sum of spend is around 79,000. In social media, it is 68,000. Then search engine 57,000 and direct mail 55,000. And in total, we have spent around 261,166. So you can see obviously here we have increase in email, social media and direct mail. So on the basis of that we have these values, and let's go back here. Alternatively, you can also put revenue here to check revenue generated from these campaigns, and we can see that the revenue generated versus spent is almost proportional. In the breakdown, let's try to bring quarter here. So if we bring quarter, we will get a chart like this. So here you can see this is the total revenue for email, and in quarter 4 the total revenue, social media revenue, and revenue change here. Okay. Similarly, here we have email revenue, social media revenue, and change. In quarter 3 you can see the changes has a decrease. In quarter 4 it has a decrease. Similarly, here you can see social media versus search engine, and here you can see search engine performance versus direct mail. So with the help of this you can see the values. What we can do, we can rename the visuals here. For example, I can rename it to revenue, so that in the tooltip we won't be seeing that. In the tooltip now we will be seeing email revenue, social media revenue, and revenue change, things like this. This is one option. Obviously, there are a lot more ways to visualize this type of data, and let's simply use the format painter to uh, you know change it as per our theme. We can also go to waterfall chart. Here we have legend, so you can reposition the legend also as per your requirement. And here we have revenue by marketing channel and quarter. So we will simply change it to, because we already know it's a marketing thing. So instead of using marketing channel, we will simply use channel and quarter, so that our heading fits properly in the width that we have selected here. Here in visual you have a lot more settings, like you columns have there. So like what color do you want to use for total? So I want to use this color, which is kind of our theme color. Oth- Other than that, we can use any other color. So this is revenue by channel and quarters. The change between different channels you can see. As we have selected revenue here, and you are seeing increase or decrease in revenue, you can also put things like ROI or spend here, so that, or clicks or conversions, so that you can see stream wise or channel wise revenue here, or channel wise ROI, channel wise spend, channel wise click. So this is a useful chart for such kind of analysis. Now after finding out revenue by channel and quarter here, we would like to create a simple chart which will be a donut chart, not from this, sorry, a donut chart. And in the donut chart, what we will try to find out is segment wise revenue. So for example, we have different products, so we would like to see product wise revenue. So we will put product name in the legend field and revenue in the values field. So this is sum of revenue by product. We will simply change the title to revenue by product, or total revenue by product, and let's see. So we will select this and try to copy the same style here. Here I will change one thing. When the legend is on side, sometimes it is not displayed properly. So I will use it in center bottom and see what happens. So here you can see we have the legend, but the product name are not visible, and that's why we will enable detail labels inside. In the detail labels, values are very big. Let's write 9 here. So here you can see we have these details, and now we can also prefer outside, so that will be good. We can simply resize this so that the legend and everything is visible properly. So this is our sum of revenue or total revenue by product. I have reduced the height of this of these charts to around 4 or 181. Okay, obviously because we have to bring other channels also, we have to bring other sources to check the revenue and performance. As we have created revenue by product, we will also like to see revenue for different streams that we have. So here we are going to create a stacked column chart, and in the stacked column chart, in x-axis and y-axis we have to bring values. In x-axis we will bring marketing channel, and on y-axis we will bring revenue. So we will simply bring revenue here. Here you can add spend because it is a stacked chart. So you will be able to see sum of revenue and spend by marketing channel. Okay. So here we will rename for this visual as channel. Instead of directly changing the title, we will change it to channel, and for this we will change it to revenue. And don't forget to hit enter here and rename it to spend, or we can call it total spend. Let's see. So this is revenue and total spend by channel, and we will simply copy our style here also. So this is revenue and total spend. You can see the share here. Okay. If you want to show these values again, you know that you have to click it, and here you have the detail label you can turn on, so that you will be able to see when we are spending around 0.08 million, we are earning around 0.30 million. So obviously this is a dummy data, but yeah, for this company the performance is good. For is a different type of spends, they are getting good money here. So this is our revenue and total spend by channel. In a similar way, we can copy this, paste it here. We can increase its width also a little bit, and here we will try to find out. So here we will use clustered column chart, and in clustered column you can see the values appear side by side. So revenue and total spend will remain same. Here channel will go, and we will simply bring region here. Okay, and from here you can go to your columns, and in your columns you have series. For example, revenue. For revenue, let's say we want to select a different color. For revenue, we want to select this color. Okay, and for total spend, we want to select this color. Whatever you want to choose, you can choose. I want to select this color. I don't know why it is doing that. Maybe because of some issues. If you want, you can select a different color here, like something related to green. So this is what we can select now: revenue and total spend by region. So you can see revenue in east and west region is almost same, 0.31, but spend in east region is 0.07 and west region is 0.08. Let's say we want to bring some more detail here. Okay, so for that you will always see in these type of charts, you will always see tool tips. Okay, so in tool tips, let's say we want to bring return on investment. So here you will see sum of return on investment, and we can also make it to average. We will not use it in title, we will just hide it, but because we don't want to show it as of now, but every time someone will take uh, their mouse over, you will see in east region we have revenue of this much, and average return on investment is 5.20. Now every time this is important. If you want to bring more fields, you can bring those fields in your tooltip, and I will simply change this to revenue dashboard, because our revenue analysis dashboard, because here we are analyzing the revenue. Okay, now we will use an area chart here, and in the area chart I will put quarters. Okay, so on x-axis I'm going to put quarter, and on y-axis I am going to put revenue. So you can see this particular company in quarter one it gets most revenue, in quarter two, three, then is the quarter three, quarter four, and quarter two. But when you visualize the data, for example, even if you keep in line chart or area chart, almost similar thing. But when you are visualizing data, you want to see in the order of quarter, not in the order of sum of revenue. Okay. So what else we can do? We also have the date. That is the important thing. So in date, it Power BI creates a hierarchical data for you. Okay. From date also you can bring a quarter value, and when you will bring that, then you will see it will always present your data in quarters. Okay. Now you always have different values, different categorical variables, like you have region, you have product. Okay. Suppose you want to see regional revenue. So when you will, how can we put it here and what will be the effect? So when you will use region here, it will create four area charts for you for different quarters and give them different colors. In order to do that, you just have to bring it as a legend. Okay. So you will, if it is a categorical value like region or product, you can bring it in your legend. Okay. Obviously this is looking messed up, but here you can see, if we will simply select one of them, then we will be able to see their performance. For example, in south region, in quarter 3 we have best performance. In west region we have like this, right? So this is something that you can do, and obviously as per your date this will also be filtered. Okay. Like for example, you are selecting dates between days for one quarter only, so you will be able to see that everything is getting changed as per quarter. So this is one thing. You can also enable line chart or area chart. This is stacked area chart. If you will create a stacked area chart, then you will be able to analyze it in a better way, right? For example, what is the performance of west region, what is the performance of south region. So I will prefer this chart over here. As we are including this color, so we will also try to include this color somewhere, and in our lines, let's say for north region. Okay. In color for north region I will select that particular color. Okay. So that I am sure that I have used that color in almost every visual here, and here I will select this and simply format it here, so that we don't have to do it again and again. So this is sum of revenue by quarter and region, which is good, and this way we are able to see the output also. Now I am showing you one more thing which is good for presentation purpose. So in our project we have some images like this. Okay. For example, these type of images are there, obviously those are video, but we will use these images. So for example, we can create a multi-row card. Okay, I'm just showing one example, not necessary, but we have a multi-row card. In multi-row card, we can show something like, for example, conversions. Okay, this is total conversion. Now the next field that we can bring is our marketing channel. Okay, so for it will automatically divide your marketing channel like this. So here you have for email you have 693 sum of conversions. Okay. Here we will simply rename for this visual as conversions and not sum of conversion. So we have this data, and you can see the entire thing. Here we can go to visual, and we will simply use different value for call out values, so that we have, okay, 9 is the least value that we can get. And similarly we can disable category labels here. Okay, I will just try to fit here. I will tell you why I am saying this. So just a minute. I will try to reduce the gap also. In cards, we will reduce the title. We will make it bold, but we will reduce the title so that all four values are visible. Okay, so we have them visible here. Now obviously we will use this space. So you can create a simple card like this. Okay, in your card, obviously because we have less space available, this scroll bar is visible, but make sure your scroll bar is not visible. And now we can bring some images, those images that we created there. So we are going to choose these four icons here. Let us bring them one by one. For example, this is the image. Okay, let's say we want to use this image for email. For social media, we want to use another email. Okay, so we will use these images to represent our card values. This is a simple thing that we are trying to do here. I have simply, resized this because we can display it here also. Similarly, we will bring other images which will represent them. So in properties, I am using 40 by 40 height. Let's increase to 42, 42. You can choose it, like as per your choice. And this will work as a filter also, like email, social media. You know, These will work as a filter also. So we have got two of them here. Let's select this, and this we will use for direct email, and now for search engine. We can also make some more room here, and on the basis of that we can resize them. So it's totally up to you what you want to use. I will just use bigger size for these values so that we can see the data here also. Obviously we are showing multiple values in multiple type of visuals here, which may not be necessary, but again, this is all your this is only for understanding, right? We don't have to use them all at one time. This is only for learning purpose, so you can use them, let's say in some different case you can use it differently. So this is our marketing performance analysis dashboard so far, where we have put revenue by channel and quarter, revenue by product, revenue and total spend by channel, revenue by quarter and region, revenue and spend by region. We also have very important metrics like clicks, conversions, CPCs. And finally, we also have created here a matrix chart here. So in this matrix chart, in rows, what we can do in matrix chart, you can select one categorical variable as a row and other categorical variable like products in a column. So all your products and regions will be listed like this. Okay. Now once your product and columns are listed, here in values you can bring something like, for example, here we have brought conversions, and this type of analysis is useful for you know uh, doing or learning this type of data where you have some kind of relation. For example, for product B in region south, what is the output? It's kind of like a cross tab for you. Now here, in order to enable these bars, you have to, now there are some style presets. It is default. We don't have any grid or border. In values we have just used value size as 15. You can increase or decrease as per your availability. Text color also you can choose accordingly. In our column headers also there is no much of change. In our row subtotal, if you, let's say you don't want row subtotal or column subtotal, so you can disable that, but this will always give you some kind of estimate of total, like in product A what is total number of clicks, in product B what is total number of clicks, and so on. And here you can go to specific columns and select their text colors if you want. The most important setting is in your cell element. It will apply to sum of conversions, and you can enable data bars here. In FX, like if it is a positive bar, you can select any type of color here. Let's say from our theme, we select this. Just giving an example. So that's why we selected that primary blue color, which was looking good. And this way, these bar lengths will represent, like it will give you simple indication that in West region for product A, we have most number of sales. Okay. So this is also one way of cross putting data that is region and product wise. You can also do uh, quarter and product wise. You can also do market, channel and quarter wise. So obviously this is only the first dashboard that we are creating. Obviously a lot more can be analyzed and put together in this data dashboard. So in the second part we will definitely do that. And since we have this space, we can create different type of filters, for example for our slicer. Okay, so when you are creating a slicer, just resize it to whatever size you want. In the slicer, put something that you want to analyze. For example, we want to put product as a slicer. If you want to see product wise details, so we will use product wise slicer here. And here we are going to change slicer setting to drop down list. Okay, and we also have, and when you are creating a filter, you can obviously go to its title, and we will write the title here because we have already applied our setting. And here we will disable the slicer header. In values we will enable a background, so the background color, a very light color background. So we'll select probably something like this, which matches our theme. And now we have the product filter here. For example, if we want to see product wise performance, this is product C's performance, this is product B's performance, A's performance, and D. For product D, we have total of 50k impressions, 0.02 million total spent, and a revenue of around 101.3 million. So this is there. Somehow the revenue that we are showing here is now not showing the data properly. Let's see why. So let's display millions. So now it is good, and we will clear the filter here. So now we have our dashboard. So this is a simple example of how we can create a dashboard, and here we will simply copy this, and we can also provide any other filter here. So let's say, let's reduce its height. And for our second filter, we will use the marketing channel. So for example, we want to see search engine wise performance of product C. Then we will be able to see all the KPIs here. This is our marketing performance analysis dashboard. I hope you liked and understood this concept. If you did, please follow our channel or subscribe to our channel. And here, let me fix the title here. So, and if you would like to see any other data analysis dashboard, please suggest in the comment section and we will try to build one for you. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.